Hello there, today I'm just going to give you a little review of this deck of cards, which is the Wheel of the Year Tarot. I've had this deck for a while, but I've never used it yet, so I'm going to have a little walk through today and let you know what I think of this deck. The deck is by Maria Caratte and the artist is Antonella Platano. Now, Antonella Platano is an artist that's done one of my favourite deck of cards, which is the 78 Doors Tarot. I absolutely love this deck of cards. And they also did the Witchy Tarot. So this is a Spanish version of it, but it's the Witchy Tarot. And she's done a few other decks like the Gay Tarot, and I can't remember now what other decks, but I know that she's definitely done some other decks. So this edition is Los Scarabeo. So because it's Los Scarabeo, it's going to come in different languages. And let's take a look. The first thing that we get is the little white book. So we know that that can go straight back in its box. And let's see. We have a little card that tells us a little bit about the cards, a little bit about the company, and then the card name in several different languages. Now, the back of these cards are very, very nice. We have 4 kind of alchemistic signs, which would be winter, autumn, summer, and spring. And we have this really nice wheel in the middle. It's a lovely back of cards with that nice kind of burnt orange colour. Lovely back of cards. And let's start now going through the deck a little bit. Now, straight away, and it's got a really good quality feel to it, and that's because it is Los Scarabeo. And I'm always happy with Los Scarabeo decks. I'm always happy with the quality of the deck. Sometimes they're a little bit shinier and a little bit glossier, which means that they kind of fly all over the place. But in general, when you use Los Scarabeo decks, well, when I use Los Scarabeo decks for a while, they tend to keep the shape, keep the form, and they're very durable. So I do like this deck. So let's start. This is the full card. Now, the 4 stations, the Wheel of the Year is about the 4 stations. So it'll talk about, you know, autumn, summer, spring, and winter. It's also quite pagan, so you may find some paganism symbolism in there. And the first thing that I can see with the fill card straight away is that the dog's not there. So not having the dog there, would it make a difference in my readings? I don't know. I've never used this deck, so I'm really not sure. We do have butterflies. The young boy as the fill kind looks like he's having a good time. The Magician card, we have the double symbol in the Magician card. You know, the double infinite symbol, so that's a bit different. And also it does look like it's a woman and not a man in the card. The High Priestess, as we can see, she's sitting on the moon instead of having the moon by her foot, as we would see in a typical Rider-Waite type deck. And also the 2 pillars behind her, instead of pillars, they're candles. So we have a black candle and a white candle. And I think that's an amazing, really, really lovely way of seeing that card, because she is kind of connected to she's kind of the witch card, you know, the psychic card. So having the candles there really fits well with that card. And this Empress card, and straight away there's a few things here about this Empress card that doesn't sit right with me. First of all, she's not pregnant, and that's fine. Not every Empress card has to be pregnant. But behind her, she's got this kind of barren background. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, this is Mother Earth. This is like, you know, this is the mother of the planet. Where's all the greenery gone? Where are all these vibrant trees and rivers and leaves and wheat and grass? Where's it all gone to? And also, she's sitting on the most uncomfortablest throne. It looks like she's sat on a pile of rocks, whereas I'm used to seeing the Empress sat on a really luxurious chair with a pillow and feeling very comfortable. And also the 3-sided moon, the 3 faces of the moon, is something I'm used to seeing with the High Priestess card. And this does kind of give this whole card like a High Priestess type of feel to it, and not an Empress feel. So that card would be quite a bit of a shock for me in a reading. I'd be like, oh, that's the Empress. It doesn't have any of the normal symbolisms I'm used to. That's the Emperor card, and yeah, he looks pretty much like the Emperor. The Pope, and we've got again the 4 alchemistic kind of symbols for the 4 seasons. His cross is actually now a pentagram, and there's somebody kneeling by his feet, kind of giving him all the glory. This Lovers card to me is way too pretty to be a Lovers card. I mean, the card itself is beautiful. Her green dress with the flowers on it, how it kind of becomes the grass, very, very well done. But it just says to me 2 of Cups. That's what this card says to me, 2 of Cups. It gives me none of my normal symbolism of the Lovers card. And the Chariot card, okay, this Chariot card says absolutely 0, 0, 0 for me, nothing. Having a sunflower like that in the Chariot card makes no sense. He doesn't look victorious. He doesn't look like he's directing his life. He doesn't look like he's not really doing anything. The Strength card, fighting a bull, is that really strong? I don't know. He's obviously talking about physical strength, but again, it's not a card that does anything for me. This Hermit card is absolutely gorgeous. I love this card. And, when we got the Rider-Waite Tarot, we normally see a bit of snow there. So like he's standing on a snowy mountain, or in other decks, it's snowy on other mountains. And on this one, it's really beautiful that it's actually snowing. And I think the image in this card is so gorgeous. We have these runestone symbols, and he's out in the wild, in the snow, and he's walking in his own light. He's got his own light with him. He's walking with his own torch. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. It's very, very well done card. The wheel has got the 4 stations. So we've got all the four seasons. The Justice card, again, we've got that contrast. We've got day and night, really beautiful, barren, and then a green, vibrant contrast in the background. Very, very well done. I do like cards with contrast. I'm quite into that. We have this lovely Hangman where he's frozen in the winter time, and that's why he's kind of hung there. He's stuck there because he's frozen. Wintertime blues. The Death card. Now, that Death card says really very little to me, and again, this is just my personal opinion. There's nothing to do with the artwork, because Antonella has done an amazing job. I mean, the picture itself is beautiful, but it doesn't speak to me as the Death card in a deck of cards. The Temperance card. Now, our beautiful angel has been converted into a fairy. And I'm really not a fan of fairy in tarot cards. I'm really, really not a fan of fairies or elves in any type of tarot at all. And to take away my beautiful angel of the Temperance and just kind of, the wings are beautifully done. It could have just been done as an angel. It didn't need to be reduced to a fairy. I know a lot of people who like fairies, a lot of people who are into kind of that forestry, magical beings will absolutely love this card. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. It means so much to me to see that angel in the Temperance card, and to have it as a fairy ain't going to do it for me at all. And I see that a lot, they kind of just swap angels for fairies. Then we have the Devil card, which just reminds me very, very much of the Lovers card. But yeah, you can see it's a Devil card. You've got the fire in the background, the hell in the background. Maybe this rose isn't needed. I'm not sure what that's all about. But yeah, you can see that's the Devil card, even though maybe the devil is not on the card. He's definitely in the card, if that makes sense. Then we have the Tower of Destruction, and pretty much like the Lightseer's Tarot, instead of being a building, we've now got a tree. And then we have the Star card. Absolutely gorgeous card. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. The Star card is very well done. Them blues are very deep, very symbolistic, very significant, beautiful. And then we have the Moon card. And now there's just no comparison. That beautiful Star card and then the Moon card, very cartoonish, child's comic book, child's storybook maybe. That Moon card doesn't tell me anything about the Moon card that I would know. And then we got the Judgment card. Again, I do like my angels in tarot. If it's an angel, I like my angel. But there's no angel there, but you can see her with the sun coming down. The light coming down from the heaven above. So that makes it very, very beautiful, and it's such a well done card. I think that's going to be really interesting to read with. And the sun, I think I'm a bit mixed up now because I put the cards down and picked them up. I'm picking them up at different places. The Sun card, no. I like to see my children in the Sun card. I love to see my little boy or my little girl in the Sun card. The World card, that's the card that's on the box. And I'm loving it. So, let's see what else we have now. Okay, we've got the Ace of Cups. Not a card I like. Again, I don't understand why we've got fairies in these cards. That just doesn't do it for me at all. This one, because we've now got a fire sign in a water sign, so they've put a candle in the middle of the cup. Right, I'm going to just pull out some like random cards now so that we can just have a little bit of a look. The Nine of Swords, kind of running from her fears for dear life. The Five of Cups. Definitely doesn't say anything to me, this card. She looks more shocked than sad. The Ace of Coins, again, we've got fairies. So don't know what to do with the aces. We'll just add some fairies. The Four of Cups, that's pretty good. A pretty good look at the Four of Cups and a good representation of that Four of Cups. Yeah, I'm digging that card. The Three of Wands, beautifully done. Really beautifully done. Makes no sense in my mind as the Three of Wands. The Queen of Swords, very Disney character. The Ten of Wands, they've got the watermelons and they're going up the hill. The Nine of Wands, is that the Nine of Wands with this scarecrow? Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit hard to kind of interpretate them. Some of the artwork is beautiful, but just not connecting with me. So, like this Seven of Cups. You know, it'd be great maybe for one of those happy kind of readings. The Eight of Cups, which is the separation card. That's a very well done card. You see the man walking away and she's there kind of crying, don't leave me, please don't leave me, don't go. The Nine of Cups. You know, this ladybird. Although I love ladybirds, I just feel that there's no reason for that being in this card, in this deck whatsoever. That could have been just cut off. It doesn't add anything extra, not for me anyway. The Ten of Cups, love this card. I absolutely love that we've got a dog and a cat, and the way that child's so happy, the family look really happy. And the Knight of Cups with his butterflies, the same kind of butterflies that was in the Phil card. The Ace of Wands, again, we've just got this kind of weird creature that they've just added in. Antonella did that in the 78 Doors Tarot as well. You know, there's a few cards what she didn't, and I really love this deck, really, it's one of my top. But there's a few cards that for some reason she's just added some mystical and mythical characters into it, which is great. A lot of people love that. I'm not knocking it. A lot of people do love it, just not me. It's not for me. The Four of Swords. Again, very, very hard for me to interpretate that card. Obviously, I know what the Four of Swords means, so I'll be able to do it. But looking at the image, it doesn't give me anything that connects with my meanings. The Six of Swords. Now, the Eight of Swords here, as we can see, we've got mother and child. And I'm always really, really cautious when it comes to, well, two things. When it comes to health in tarot, and especially when it comes to children in tarot. And putting those two things together would make me that would be a massive red light for me about a deck of cards. Only because if I'm talking to a client and this card comes out and they see this card, you know, depending on the person, depending on my client, obviously it's totally dependent on them. But, you know, going for a tarot reading can be quite a scary experience for a lot of people. And, you know, a lot of people are quite apprehensive or anxious or nervous before they go for a reading. And then to see a mother with a sick child, if you've got children or grandchildren, it can kind of set off a domino effect of paranoia. You know, is something going to happen to my kids? Oh my God, I saw this card and my kid was in bed and it was dying and blah, blah, blah. You know, there's so much that we can kind of, there's so much damage we can kind of do by showing kids that are really sick in cards. So obviously a lot of people are going to see this card and not think like that. But I'm a mum and, you know, I would. The Eight of Wands. Normally we don't see people in the Eight of Wands, so that's a bit different. The Six of Wands, the Triumph card. Public acknowledgement. That's a very well done card, beautifully done. Now this is the Three of Swords, and I always go to the Three of Swords in a deck of cards because if the Three of Swords brings my attention, then you know, it gives me extra points on that deck. But if I don't like the Three of Swords, it's really hard for me to work with the deck. Now, there's a few things about this Three of Swords. First of all, it's beautifully done. That sun in the background, the birds, everything about that card screams breathtakingly beautiful to me. But there is no broken heart here. There's no heart in the middle of it, and that's one of the main things I look for. It's my own little thing. The Ten of Swords looks like the Death card, and you know, that is a beautiful, beautiful card. It really is. If it would have been the Death card, actually, would have been an amazing Death card, far better than that woman with the pumpkins that we just seen. But that would have been a really amazing Death card. Beautiful, beautiful card. And the last one that I'm just going to show you is the Six of Cups, because I think this is just amazing, this card. Now, this Six of Cups is this elderly lady looking into the river, and she's seeing a reflection of a young couple, and I'm assuming that's her and her partner. How beautiful. And I think, without doubt, this is definitely one of the nicest Six of Cups I've ever seen. So, very, very quickly, there's a few good things and a few bad things about this deck. Some of the good thing is the artwork, some beautiful cards like that Star card, absolutely gorgeous, the Hermit card, the Ten of Cups, and that Six of Cups. Some really childish cards that could have been done so differently and obviously wasn't, but doesn't appeal to me, like that Sun card, that Chariot card. Also, the quality of the cards is brilliant because it's the Scarabeo, but putting these white borders on the cards I never liked anyway. I'm totally, please don't put horrible white borders on my cards, please. But you know, I kind of grin and bear it. But these have gone one step further. They've got 4 lines, which I'm assuming is like representing the 4 different times of the year. These 4 lines are just horrid, absolutely horrid. I've got no idea why them lines are on them borders, because it really, even though you're trying to ignore the borders because they're just horrible white borders, but it just brings more attention to them because you've got these really horrible four coloured lines. The actual artwork, you've got some beautiful art, and I'm looking forward to having a go with this deck. Let me know your opinion on the deck, and if you like this video, hit like, touch subscribe, and share me around on your social media. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.